Stress to some degree is inevitable for everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, where you live, what your career is, what your financial status is, whatever. Some stress is inevitable. You cannot get through life without encountering stress. However, a lot of stress is avoidable. And this is where we need to apply a little bit of discernment and a little bit of wisdom. Because a lot of the things we end up getting stressed about are things we could have avoided getting stressed about. For example, sometime this week I found myself getting involved in something that wasn't really my business. And to be honest, it was simply because I didn't mind my business. And as the thing got more complicated and I got more stressed, I realized this is my own doing. Why did I get involved? Nobody asked me for my advice, nobody asked for my opinion, but somehow I dragged myself into a situation that had nothing to do with me. So, avoidable stress. There is a lot of avoidable stress. And we can avoid a lot of stress by, for example, learning to mind our business. Mind your business. Don't get entangled in things that you don't need to get entangled in. Learning how to regulate your emotions, that's so important, because if you know how to regulate your emotions, instead of just exploding and reacting to things, you go away, think about it, and then come back when you're calmer. Learning how to let things go, this is a big one. Letting things go and not necessarily taking things personally all the time. I know sometimes it's difficult not to, but learning to let things go. Stop holding on to grudges. Stop thinking about the thing you said yesterday that you're worried somebody's going to take offense. Stop worrying about what somebody said to you. Just release it, let it go, and stop taking everything personally. Learning not to take things personally. This is such a big one. Like, people are going to do things and say things, but it's nothing to do with you. It's just their own drama and what they're going through. Don't take things personally. The other area where we get into stress is not dealing with the awkward conversation, ignoring the problem. Because sometimes we ignore the problem because we think that would help us avoid stress. But you can only avoid the stress when you deal with the problem. Sometimes you do have to have that uncomfortable conversation. Learning to walk away from toxic situations, recognizing people that are toxic or dysfunctional dynamics, and not getting involved in those kind of things. Just knowing this is not for me, this is going to create a lot more stress. And finally, one of the big ones for me is not stressing about things you cannot control. So many of us spend a lot of our time worrying, anxious about things that are completely outside of our control. If you can learn to start looking at situations and saying, can I do anything about this? And if the answer is no, simply let it go. You will avoid a lot of stress.